Hello everyone. So let us continue with our discussion now. And my focus will be purely on the fixed income bond valuations. Okay. And we are going to cover each and every topic in minute detail. And focus is that you will understand the crux of the topic. Okay. Rather than just numerical aspect or you can say formulas. Okay. What we want is that you will learn each and everything in minute detail. Clear? So first of all, I will give you an overview. Okay. Then we will move inside the topic. So for the timing, just write bond valuations. Bond valuations. Are you clear? What is the meaning of valuation? Bond, we all know what is bonds. Okay, a fixed income security. Clear? But valuation means what should be the price of the bond? What should be the price of the bond? What should be the value of the bond? That we want to understand deeply. Clear? So suppose I tell you that I have a bond which will pay you some money every year. Clear? And will return your principal amount at the end of the year. Means there is a bond, means there is an investment you have made. Clear? Every year this bond will give you something. Clear? Every year. And at the end it will return your principal. Whatever you have invested, you will get it back. Clear? So how much should I pay for this bond today? Means suppose you are getting 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and over here you got your 100 back. How much you will put your money today? So this is today, 0.0. Clear? This is 0.1, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. Clear? So now one thing is clear, sir, how much money I will put at 0.0 so that I will earn 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 for the next 6 years, and then I'll be getting my $100 at the end. Clear? So basically what bond is? Basically a bond is a promise of, write down, a promise of future cash flows, a promise of future cash flows. Clear? And our job as an investor is to determine what those future cash flows are worth today. Our job is to determine, we are the analyst. Clear? Is to determine what those future cash flows, these are the future cash flows worth today. What those future cash flows, these are the future cash flows. So what is their worth today? This is what as an analyst we want to identify. Are you clear? So basic idea of the entire chapter is that a bond today price, write down, a bond's price today is the present value of all the future cash flows that we expect to receive from that bond discounted at the bonds yield to maturity, or you can say YTM, yield to maturity. So what you will do, sir, these are my future cash flows. You remember you have studied in the time value of money. What I'll do, I'll take the present value of all the future cash flows to identify, sir, what I will pay in the beginning. What I'm identifying, sir, what I am going to pay today. This is what I'm trying to identify. Clear? Now imagine that I tell you I gave you 1000 rupees. I gave you 1000 rupees exactly 1 year from today. I will give you, write down, imagine I will give you 10,000 rupees exactly 1 year from today. So means today is 0.0 and after 1 year you will be getting 10,000 rupees from me. Clear? Would you say that 10,000 1 year from now is exactly equal to 10,000 today? So can you say that, sir, 10,000 at this point is equals to 10,000 at this point? No, because if you have 10,000 today, you can invest it and earn some return. So if you will have your 10,000 today over here, and suppose the interest rate is 10%, after 1 year this 10,000 will become 11,000. Are you clear? So therefore that 10,000 which is received in the future, write down, therefore 10,000 received in the future is worth less than 10,000 received today. This is the basic concept of time value of money. This is the basic concept of time value of money. Now imagine another example. Okay, instead giving you 10,000 after 1 year, I promise you, write down, mean these are the different case. This is your case 1. Now we are starting with second case. Okay, now imagine that instead of giving you 10,000 after 1 year, I promise you 1,000 every year for the next 5 years. 1,000 every year for the next 5 years. 1,000 every year for the next 5 years. Clear? And in the fifth year, I will return your 10,000. In the fifth year, I will return your 10,000. Now, obviously, you would want to know the value of all these future payments today. Clear? So what we'll do means how much I will invest over here. I want to know the return. Clear? So what you will do, you will take the present value of these cash flows today as per the prevailing interest rate, and then you will identify that how much money I should pay at point 0 to get this. Clear? Suppose the present value came out to be say 9,000. Suppose, means I am taking a hypothetical number, 9,000. So if bank is asking me to pay 10,000, will I pay? No. If bank is asking me to pay 8,000, will I pay? Happily yes. And if bank is asking me to pay 9,000, will I pay? Yes. I will not pay a single amount of rupees when they are charging me above 9,000. So even if bank is asking me to pay 9,001, will I pay? No. Will I pay? No. Clear what we did? Sir, I have discounted all the future cash flows and I identify that what is the present value of that money today. And present value came out to be 9,000, sir, considering the interest rate in the market. Okay, fine. Now, I know that 9,000 is the appropriate amount. If bank is asking me to pay 8,000, I will happily pay because I know that in market they are asking 9,000 for these cash flows, but I have to pay only 8,000. So my return is much higher than others. So I'll happily pay when the amount is 9,000 or below 9,000. But once the amount will above that 9,000 level, okay, I am not going to pay that because that will be costly to me. Are you clear with this? Now, there is a new concept over here, that is your YTM. I have discussed over here YTM, yield to maturity. Okay, now write down. Think of YTM as the market's required rate of return, for that bond. If the market says for a bond like investor should earn 8%, for a bond investor should earn 8%, then we use 8% as the discount rate to calculate the present value of the bond's future cash flow. Then we use 8% as the discount rate to calculate the present value of the bond's future cash flow. Clear? So now over here hypothetically I have calculated the present value, but now I will not calculate it hypothetically. Okay, I will say that investor must earn 8%. Then I will discount these values at 8%. And then whatever the present value will come, that amount I can pay, or below that I can pay, but not more than that. Clear? So write down, if I know the YTM, I can calculate the bonds price. If I know the YTM, I can calculate the bonds price. Clear? Full stop. And if I know the bonds market price, I can calculate the YTM. Means they are saying that, suppose you know that bond is trading at say 9,500. Clear? Now you don't know what is YTM. You can do the back calculation. Means how to do the back calculation? Try to understand that what we are doing. 1000 divided by 1.08 plus 1000 divided by 1.08 to the power 2 plus 1000 divided by 1.08 to the power 3 plus 1000 divided by 1.08 to the power 4 plus 11,000 1.08 to the power 5. Clear? I can calculate the present value of the bond, or you can say the real value of the bond today. Now, if suppose I don't know the YTM, suppose, then what I'll do? But I know the price of the bond which is available in the market. So what I'll do? 1 plus R plus 1000 divided by 1 plus R to the power 2 plus 1000 1 plus R to the power 3 plus 1000 divided by 1 plus R to the power 4 and 11,000 divided by 1 plus R to the power 5 is equals to price of the bond, say 9,000. So now with the help of the calculator, I can calculate what is R, and R is your YTM, or the return required by the investor. So means either if I have the YTM, I can calculate the present value of the bond. If I have the present value of the bond, I can calculate the YTM. Are you clear now? So write down, there is one relationship that I want you to remember. There is one relationship that I want you to remember from the very beginning, because we are going to use it again and again, throughout this chapter. And what is that? Write down, bond price and bond yield move in opposite direction. Write down, bond price and bond yield move in opposite direction. Means, sir, if yield will goes up, means if YTM will goes up, the present value of the bond will come down. And if yield will goes down, the present value of the bond will go up. Clear? You don't need to memorize this. Let's understand why. Okay. Suppose you have a old bond that pay you a fixed coupon of rupees 8 every year. Means I have a bond and that bond is giving me rupees 8 every year. Every year I am getting rupees 8. Clear? Suddenly the interest rate will increase. Clear? Similar new bonds are offering me 10 rupees per year. Means this is an old bond, but now because the interest rate have increased in the market, then the new bond, they are offering me rupees 10 per year. Every year, same bond, same investment, just the change of the time, because the interest rate change. Now tell me, why would a new investor pay you the same price for the old bond that pays 8? Means that two investors, A and B, both have paid the same price, say rupees 100. He is getting 8% yield and he also have paid 100 rupees and he is getting 10% yield. Clear? So if you want to sell your old bond, 8 coupon bond, you will have to reduce its price so that investors will get a sufficiently attractive overall return. Means, try to understand. It's you. Okay, you have purchased the bond at rupees 100, which is offering you rupees 8 on that bond. Clear? I have that bond. Suppose I have that bond. Okay. At that time when I purchased that bond, interest rate in the market was 8% at that time. Clear? But now the interest have increased to 10%. So means if you will purchase a new bond now, you will invest 100 rupees, you will get 10 rupees every year as a coupon. Till now the story is clear. Now suppose I told you, okay, don't buy the new bond from the market, take my bond. Will you buy? Will you buy that bond? The answer is no. Because why you will not buy my bond? I will say that pay me 100, buy my bond which is giving you 8 rupees. So will you buy that bond? No. He will say I'll put the same money and get 10% yield, 10 rupees as a coupon. Why will I your bond? I have to sell my bond aggressively. What I'll do? I'll say that okay, the bond which is of 100 rupees, I am ready to sell you at 96. I am ready to sell you at 96. Will you buy my bond now? Now can you buy my bond? Now what you will do? You will do a calculation. Calculation like this. I am getting rupees 8 after paying 96. What is my return? What is my return? Okay, return is coming 8.33. Will you buy? No. Okay, so I'll say okay, not 96. Pay me 90. Pay me 90. Now again you will think, okay, let me check. You will say, sir, it's coming only 8.88. It is coming only 8.88. Okay, you are not even ready to buy at 90. Okay, I offered you the bond at rupees 80. I offered you the bond at rupees 80. Now, will you buy the bond? Yes. Because now the same bond which I had when I gave you that bond to you, giving you 10% return. Now try to understand from my perspective. I have purchased the bond at 100. At that time interest rate was 8%. I was getting the coupon of 8. Clear? But later on, what happened? Sir, interest rate increased to 10%. My bond still earning 8. I want to sell it. Can I sell it at 100? No. I have to sell it at 80 so that others will buy and they will get the same interest. So what happened? Just look at the logic. Means you don't have to memorize this. YTM increased, price decreased. So whenever the interest rate will increase in the market, you have to decrease the price of your bond so that you can sell it in the market. Clear? So when market yield will increase, existing bond price will fall. Write down this line. When market yield will increase, comma, existing bond price will fall. Underline that term existing, because new bond there is no fall or rise, because today only the new interest rate is there, based on that it came out. Clear? But the old bonds, existing bonds, their price will fluctuate. So existing word is important. Circle that or underline that. Are you clear now? Are you clear with this? So I have explained you a very important concept of YTM. Okay. Okay, so I have introduced the topic to you, and also I've explained one important concept over here, the concept of YTM. Okay, in the next lecture, we will thoroughly start with LOSA, which is about the concept of YTM only, and then gradually we keep on moving ahead with this particular topic. Okay, so over here, I'm ending this lecture. Thank you.